through Perez into
Trivia.
Me say me shall free comment be a Gary Neville. Eko Mickey was Sky Sports about Chelsea. Na unse obi omo type follow Sky Sports no. Se open confirm you know omo ntai nya adwene pa Gary Neville and Jimmy Carragher. Most of the time omo ntai nya adwene. Meaning say if it is because of we Manchester legend now we Liverpool legend nintia. And I say Sky for now I saw that position almost say banter ede nti ya mun disagree na individe omo mutie no na argument no be I am for the also far me ankasa as an individual there are a lot of times in omo arguments on football no and maybe any baby amigina ebu o ha me ne Gary Neville ya adwen ebu o ha na me ne Jimmy Carragher ya adwen based on the particular topic omo kan ho asem na entire si se omo mienu nyina Gary Neville and Jimmy Carragher ebe ko benko maka se ade we de ye mienu ye ne ho ya adwen and ye susu se e wo se ko the same place. But Rich, in recent times, I think say one thing Jimmy Carragher agree with Gary Neville any statement to be able to make here about the current state of Chelsea Football Club. Yabo Carabao Cup every year no final no. And obi en say Liverpool na age trophy no. And in an interview with Gary Neville our fixed side. And Gary Neville say or say time a game no call extra time no. Changes are not jogging club. I didn't come crab you be red team anymore. Are you disappointed say Chelsea tell Emma Liverpool any sad team no. And winning game in extra time. Now in assembly no organ and I refer to Chelsea as £1 billion bottle jobs. Gary Neville, I refer to Chelsea say Chelsea £1 billion bottle jobs. Say, Gabby, you don't sit down for these schoolboys. In extra time, give them a stretch. Liverpool any the key players on the bench. Now, woman, sa Liverpool team na sebi to guso no. I didn't cry baby I say team ni no. Now we put £1 billion bottle. £1 bottle job. No one must ask you no about the G. Tough enough from them. Disappointing. Now Jimmy Carragher say only Ore friend guy in a and listen to the statement from Ore friend Jimmy Carragher. Jimmy Carragher say £1 billion bottle jobs is a great line. And unfortunately for Chelsea, whether they like it or not, that line is going to stick until they win something big. That is Jimmy Carragher. Now, Rich, Medical Catcher said, in Omajuma no there are sometimes I side more with Jimmy Carragher's argument. There are sometimes I side more with Gary Neville's argument. Now, some of you Rich, Mr. Somakokao, I side with the analysis on Chelsea.
Oh, no, me are doing.
Yes.
Okay.
And the entire many of me are doing in and say, a typical Chelsea fan no na yam hihye pa abra Roman Abramovich in 70 na buy was to find another owner and owners who pump money into the club. Into those days, you know, just the fans go down. Almost them see you. Now Roma called the wine about to scale rack club. He said, "Yeah, Roma, this guy shit to me, and they very, very competitive. Yes, you have to be Chelsea, Liverpool fans, and Manchester fans. A original argument because yes, see you glory days. They are proud of as Chelsea fans. Now, Rich, Obakaya, in the initial stages of Todd Bowley, one of the biggest problems they had to deal with is how they from Chelsea fans. Whether Omunyo GD say, Omun Sikabi club anymore. So they kept making promises. Oh, you be changing the first of Stamford Bridge. Oh, yeah, committee say, you just can be bought why you be ratting him. Now, Rich, the evidence is that since I'm confirmed by, they've spent the money. They've spent a huge amount of money. Now, the difference with Todd Bowley and Egbali Musika almost spending with Chelsea. And the Roman Abramovich ever spending with Chelsea and they say, Rich, Roman Bayern, I think say he did wise spending, say compared to the Todd Bowley area now. And that is the reason why Guy Nebo I refer to say she cannot spend any it is the same. But who you are spending it on? And the only scanning here to get to the results, it is what is making the Todd Bowley era different from Roman Abramovich era, and that is why the statement £1 billion bottle jobs. Now, markets are same with the other, and I think it is the same thing in news for Nayan, and that is the reason why I am happy for Manchester United. Rich, so what is the team more? And now what is the business more? The first thing you have to do is to look for proper managers. Roman Bayern, Satan, Ora England, the best CEO on the soil was Peter Keyon at Manchester United. And he was one of the first people. Roman Abramovich Kofa Bayern. And on the say Chelsea put your trina or your father Jose Mra. Jose Bayern, I may enjoy decisions of player tone and so on quansum. Into Jobeka Sianco Tomani Biano. Yes, you any assessment near West of Boya. Into okay, or see or Pedidi and Padidi betting your boy, Yanko Fanumbra. Okay, or see or Paway, okay, Yanko Fanumbra. No, Makofanaba. But to do mobile. Look at the number of times even they are changing. Oh, yes, you see, it's a wrong passport in the Yaba or Majan coin or we buy 2 months or Sako or Masako Fabiaba. They seem to be everywhere when it comes to the management of the club. And they are so confused to the extent, say, Rich. And then Obia the Chelsea say they spent $1 billion on a team, but they don't have a prolific striker. How is that like reasonable? How?
That is 777 insane. And Sabian Sabian was spending $1 billion. Now this I go
show striker.
Now born yet the can't
exactly.
It's football on your goals.
And Unim say, you see. Yes, the project is a long-term project. But Rich, see the typical football in Koma. Say maybe say only Chelsea team in that honor. Also, Chelsea ever to Man City money, Liverpool money, Real Madrid money teams now. Potentially they can win the Champions League and play any the enemy. What we have a catch them so then they need to change a lot of players now with first 11. Me be such Chelsea fans so. Yeah, the obi to say Badia Shell, Disasi, Wesley Fofana, yeah, the Omoje Champions League. Are they world class players? Yeah, the Omoje Champions League now. You have a problem. Yeah, the obi to say Enzo, Mosca Sedo, Yeah, the Omoji Champions League as your dream method, and you will tell me, what doubt. But they are the two most expensive methods in England. Yeah, spending scale almost so far. Yes, Virginia so behind him, so Kopama the Bobo. But it's Kopama on a day, Champions League semi-final game against Barcelona. Is he a game changer? The answer is no. Onu Kevin De Bruyne level no. Onu David Silva level no. Onu the cream de la cream of midfielders are by Omuan Kasa players on the pitch. Omutimi Champions League no say we are Friday call. Andras Iniesta, Luka Modric, Omu Champions League na me huno. These guys are nowhere close to the Barcelona Schweinsteigers. And you are two players, no. You are changing a lot of the backroom staff, start changing coaches. But today, people still refer to Chelsea as a £1 billion bottle job because spending has not got into the right places our club name. And Jimmy Carragher there or say until Chelsea ever win something big, and Kofa will still refer them to their spending any the way or mobile watano. And you agree. And like I said last time, it said Saturday, you know, Javier Kaola FM said Chelsea that 10th, 11th, 10th, 11th, 10th, 11th. And I'm saying, okay, that is enough in terms of the agony at Chelsea for a France for seat of government and as a seat of power, friend Elysée. I invited Mbappe to a dinner with French President Emmanuel Macron. Now, in that dinner, there is also going to be the presence of the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Omar Al Qahtani, a present. I was at dinner nasi. Now, and the guesswork is going on. Say Qatar for are going to use that opportunity to try a last-ditch bid. So, commitment say Mbappe again for moving from Paris Saint-Germain to go to Real Madrid. Say Obeko, say Uncle. At the end of this analysis, I will tell you. But PSG for no. And this Ankomodru baby Omadru in the quest of making sure somebody one of the elite clubs in Europe. Because for one young man, no PSG see with right shoulder, no France see with left shoulder, and you're big. And once in a year, the quest was that he wouldn't have been able to manage it. But for me, see Mbappe who komobia, the biggest credit goes to the Mame, Faisal Amari. And I think say, the job she has done in managing Mbappe in the media, Mbappe on the field of play, Mbappe on every sphere, the outlook. Okay, time and now Paris Saint-Germain for no echo to a tour. Almost a woman Mbappe in court because Mbappe had failed to sign a contract extension. How a man Mbappe conducted who to train with a reserve side. Any other was brilliant. And all of that is the job of Neymar Faisal Amari. And in soon which Mame for no. So most of Omobawi and they be pulling them out of some level of poverty. Because of me are poor. But Odiomo could do the level of most
obey the cash cow.
Obey a busheni in a tia. They see.
Yeah.
And Maminu in them. Because all those on any Papa Wilfred any issues of divorce and what's not. No. The bigger quest was to make sure Mbappe gets the best of management. So adding Rafaela Pimenta to help in managing of things for the Mbappe team. Anyone who has any Faisal Amari, adding other Algerian and other French born within northern part of Africa to that entourage was brilliant. And the managing of Mbappe has been spot on. To the extent say, so Ushe Sika, so Real Madrid of Akojia, and you're mind boggling and too much of a money for a young player like this. Unim. Qatar for the starting project, you know. Time Omodi Omonsa to killing Lutoni Mbappe so from Monaco or announcing him to the world as one of the best young players now. They knew said they had gotten the final piece of the puzzle. Uncle Betty may take them to go and win the Champions League. It is true. Qatar for Beninano. It was about making sure say, a French team wins the Champions League again. Because after Marseille, it has just been semi-final, quarter-final, semi-final, quarter-final for the French teams. And they wanted to replicate that level of France for more go to Europe and win. Because even in the Europa League, it was when Atletico demanded any Marseille Coco boy in the Stade de Velodrome article for Nigeria. Since then, it has been no show for France for in club football in Europe. So for them, they were building a project now a year towards winning the big ES. I had a Champions League trophy, then to make sure that they are at it with other countries in Europe. As it stands now, it has been a failure because in 2016-2017, 116 stage no more free. 2017-2018, 116 stage no more free. 2018-2019, 116 stage. Omodi name Mbappe 2019-2020 runners up during COVID, semi-final 2020-2021, 116 2021-2022, 116 2022-2023. This season, still no more competition. It is the last chance for Mbappe. Say obetimi aye ade so monumental for France for them to win the Champions League, and then of course for him to move on to go to other places. Of course, maybe I will follow Paris Saint-Germain for any the kind of greats they've had. They have seen greats. Greats. Yes. Greats.
David Beckham.
But when he said at the time, no, that's uncle for no carry to an ender. No more France, I come kakra. No more the return. David Beckham, Ronaldinho, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, even for Lionel Messi, Cavani, Di Maria, Thiago Silva, Kylian Mbappe, Neymar da Silva, top players, and Paris Saint-Germain for Navy. Almost 30 projects, So, the kind of great Omania with respect to players. We will speak of the coaches as well. Carlo Ancelotti. We speak about Carlo Real Madrid. Say, Carlo embo too much of possession football. He gets the best out of his players in non-functional way of playing. Then make sure the team will fight for more and push to get results. Carlo started it. And for okay, fine. Yen changing yen go pro France. Yen per French ni coach. Obetima bought the French way. They went in and get former French great in Laurent Blanc. Emma Bechel. It did not work. Then at the time, they got a specialist in Europe. Coco Preya, cause okay, you're not guy be or you're Spaniard, ni only born defensively you're solid kakra. Or bet him the about Champions League, or something you're good over Europe. Into the because Champions League now. We can win Europa League and go for Unai Emery by. They brought in Unai Emery. Bayern in your mouth after so 3 years now. It didn't work. Then they heard of an excellent German manager now about on top in Thomas Tuchel. Kofa Thomas Tuchel by Thomas Nagyomo called that final in 2019. And now a former Paris Saint-Germain academy player in Kingsley Coman shared a solitary goal. Look at the story. NJ Cap Neymar Bayern. It will move free. No, I'm okay, fine. Thomas Tuchel ni ebi enti we have to let him go. And he Kofa Abanti Papa your friend Mauricio Pochettino by. I think that Mauricio's handling of Paris Saint-Germain any the trophies was even one of the worst. And we for another pro French manager in Christophe Galtier that also failed. Now there is Luis Enrique. The plan is to win the Champions League. Now the indicator bakwa nemo we believe year after year see be timi ajiade no e Kylian Mbappe. And sisi amijam no ka say it is getting clearer and clearer like day. Say Mbappe be free Paris Saint-Germain for no any France for no nsa. Now, so who share on Facebook? Not what would the way a French President Emmanuel Macron. Ono say the youngest French president ever, and because of that he is pro young people and pro the youth in up Mbappe asem, and he would have done everything humanly possible to make sure that he keeps Mbappe in France in tia. Now, the way I was Mbappe, you could tell. Say France for no. From the political heads of states, they cherish Mbappe. Rich, 2 seasons ago, it took former French President Nicolas Sarkozy to have a bite in Mbappe. Say for the French football, for us to keep everything that is ours in here, Champions League, we will have the Qataris.
No, so also how important Mbappe is to the France or minor. So the last World Cup, boy, I'm in Argentina. At a point, no, be Argentina. Who the Kylian Mbappe? And at a point, Emmanuel Macron was so no born in something because when you branch no, obetwa se sabibia.
Mbappe.
And Arante, your friend, that Jenny Berman, you saw a Real Madrid Cassia pa, turn to a Real Madrid fan. I say sometimes a brofin so dear, and some full penny. A whole president want to have a dinner with Kylian Mbappe because of what? On Tiasie. Look, this boy Mbappe.
Yes, for.
On to say Mbappe free of league in my hand and the league.
No, Rich, we own him.
He's so important. And I'm a France man.
It can even see. Let me tell you something that a lot of Madridistas in him. Mbappe in his negotiation with Neymar, any Rafael Pimenta, any Florentino Perez, man. One of the key things are not a dragging negotiation, you know. And it's about French Olympic Paris 2024 this year. Mbappe wants to play in that for the French team, French Olympic team. No, but so joining mobile into Okashemu. It was part of the negotiations. Say, Udia makes me free Paris Saint-Germain about Madrid. You know? Of course, Madrid is my dream. But if I'm coming to Madrid, in playing the Paris Olympic 2024, no, I want to be part of the French team. It was part of the conversation. Also, usually the under 23 team can add, I think, a certain number of senior players to a team. No, Neymar Yebima, Brazil, when in the last Olympic, he wanted to be part of that and go back to France and play in the Olympics for his country. Because on a pro-French, the French Republic Party, they know say he's an important member to them. Oko France is here. There is a big issue with Islamophobia. I say most of the boys so Algeria, Northern Africa, and they are causing a lot of unrest with Chrome. So sports is so important to them. So managing here, these are the few things that bring calmness to France. It's Emmanuel Macron and Mbappe say, it is not.
Now, Chroma at a point as I'm one down with me. Here's one more national team. You're from a Abankism.
Yeah, but
sometimes your players will be open, they are very, very important.
But sports people are actually very important in politics.
Oh, yes.
In politics, you make very, very good use of players. And